need clients now.
I don't know how best to answer this question because I feel like it's a depends answer, which is a shit answer. I don't like it. It depends.
Not if it's the truth.
I totally appreciate that space because I think anyone who runs a business will fall into that category at some point and across several points as well.
I think this is when bad decisions can happen, when we're in this panic mode.
Are we consciously in get energy? Because again, I think it's okay and it's not okay to be in get energy. It's okay to be in it because it's very normal, it's very human, it's very a normal thing to do. But if you're going to panic react and then potentially make these bad decisions off the back of it, maybe not so good. Making your offer more bespoke to somebody, and that's really hard to do because again, you have to step away from panic mode and really look at it to go, okay, who can I help here?
This is Morecraft. How to get clients fast.
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 It's a bit weird if you say fast.
Yeah, I know. It's fast.
It's like fasting.
How do you get them then? We get asked this all the time. I need clients now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how best to answer this question because I feel like it's a depends answer, which is a shit answer. I don't like it. It depends.
Not if it's the truth.
Okay. I mean, fair point.
What does it depend on?
I think it depends on what's your motivation for needing clients fast.
Yeah.
Because if you are in... I mean, okay, let's face it. That type of question would indicate to me that you are in panic mode. You're like, I just need some clients. Like, I need to get clients. In fact, basically, I need the money.
Yeah, it is that. It's always going to be that.
I need the money,
I'm
honey.
up shit creek with cash.
Yep.
I need some coming in.
Mm-hmm. So therefore, you almost want to and need to split this into two trains of thoughts, or at least be aware of them, I feel. One being, I totally appreciate that space because I think anyone who runs a business will fall into that category at some point and across several points as well. Even when your business is rocking and rolling and you're doing everything right, being a business owner naturally comes with quieter periods where your brain, who likes to keep you safe, will go, fuck, got no money coming in this month. What do I do? What you choose to do with that, though, is where I think it separates that. What's the phrase? It's going to be really boring now because I can't think of it. Separate the weeds from the... Chaff.
Should see the hand movement she was doing at the same time.
Just a little.
Another YouTube plug here. You need to watch this.
Yeah. You see, you got it though.
I got it.
Got my little sideways thing anyway.
Yeah.
Because if you are operating in what we would reference as get energy, and I think you can see and feel get energy a mile off because you will likely see loads of social media posts predominantly going, I've got 3 spaces or heavily discounted or...
Yeah, heavily discounted more so, probably.
I don't know, what else do you see? Like maybe a workshop if you wouldn't normally see that person do a workshop. Do you know what I mean? Like random things come out. Like just trying to sell your soul essentially to go like, I just need some money in.
I think this is when bad decisions can happen, when we're in this panic mode. And
which we have been in and done.
Oh yeah, we absolutely have. Everything we talk about is from our own experience, by the way, everyone. Yeah, I think it's that bad decisions can be made and you forget what works well. And instead of just doing more of that, you tend to do all these other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you double down on the thing that has worked really well in the past, that's always going to be a good strategy, isn't it?
Why do we do this?
Don't know, because we just forget that. Something about our brains, isn't it? To go like, oh my God, it's not working. That thing that normally gets me regular clients has stopped working. I need to try something else. And just rationalisation, is that the right word? That seems to go out the window.
Yeah. So
And we look to all these other people and things and, you know, the busyness of social media, things pop up and you go, oh, could try that. Oh, could try this. That's something that could work. That looks shiny and new. It's a
bit like this instant gratification thing again, isn't it? It's like, I need something that's going to land me a result now.
I just think this day and age, God, I sound like my mum. The way things are at the moment is so hard. It is hard to run a business. Oh. And I'm not saying that as like woe is me or anything like that, but
yes, you defeatist.
There's so much noise and there is so much you've got to switch off from. And in the early days...
That's the crux of it though.
Yeah.
Like, do not take the message as how Vicky framed that.
No, I don't mean it like that. I mean it like, I get it. I get why it's so difficult for people and why you go to these different things and why you might latch onto that thing thinking that's going to solve the problem. But in the early days of my dog training, things were so much more simple. We were talking about this in the car on the way up. Like everything was so much simpler then, but it can be that simple again. But you've got to have the ability to cut out the noise and trust your process, trust the journey that you're on, follow a really good, solid roadmap. And those are hard things to do. And when I said hard, I meant those are hard things to do.
I feel like you need to give a little bit of extra context and clarity around why you feel it was easier back then.
There was less to get distracted by. There were less means and methods of getting yourself out there, really, I think. And I think when you did something back then, you just followed through with it because that's the nature of what, I don't know, maybe it's just my personal experience, but I felt like if that thing worked, you just did more of that thing and you just did it really well. And then once you got that one thing figured out, you maybe did another thing, but you've got to almost exhaust that thing first to then move on to something else. I think maybe it's a mindset shift. Maybe it's the world was easier to concentrate on one thing at a time then.
Well, yeah. The world has got busier. Yeah, like we are
factors.
All having to do a lot more now. We were only talking about this earlier as well, weren't we? Like the same 24 hours, but suddenly it feels like I've got 12 hours less in a day.
Yeah. Yeah. There was just less. You wouldn't be on your phone all the time. You wouldn't be, you know, things weren't as accessible back then. So you just, like for me, it was that get local, get in person, get in front of people, get connected with local businesses. All of that stuff was where my energy was put and that's where it paid off. And I just did more of that. And eventually a compound effect. Then you get referrals because people love you and talk about you. And yeah, I just think there was less to be distracted with.
Do you think we live in a day and age now where, I'm trying to think how to word it, where we almost rely on theory and concepts so much and a lot less about implementing?
Could be that, yeah.
Because easier to talk about doing the stuff, isn't it?
There's a lot of talk about stuff in various places, but social media groups and stuff like that it's rife, isn't it?
I was listening to a Alex Hormozy podcast the other day. It just popped up in my car, and he alluded to something like this actually, that at some point during his career, still begrudges me that he is as young as he is and is as successful as he is, but that is a story for another day. He said like he'd set himself the challenge that over I think it was a 90-day period. Forgive me if I get the specifics wrong, but over a 90-day period, he wanted to smash through as many self-development books as possible. And he did so. He'd hit his target, whatever that target was. And then after the 90 days, he was like, well, nothing's changed. And then somebody had passed a comment to him going like, did you do any of the stuff that the book said though, or did you just read them? And he was like, well, I just read them. Yeah. It's like, oh, penny dropped. I actually need to do the stuff. So then he set himself a new challenge of, right, I'm going to read a book and then I'm going to do everything in the book before reading the next book. I'm like, brilliant. Simple, but brilliant. Because I have also done the same thing where I've gone, oh, I'm going to read or listen, now I've got Audible, X amount of books in a given time period because I want to consume. And I loved the consumption, but then did fuck all with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can tick that off your list because look what I've done that's really productive is listen to that book.
Yep.
Or read that book.
Like invest in a course or a mentor or invest in something. And because you've paid, whether that's time or money or energy or all, that'll fix it. Oh, but you haven't implemented anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to work.
And we've done that.
We have done it.
We've done a couple of online course things that we've never even touched or looked at or utilised. Yeah. And we've got the awareness to go like, it's us.
Yeah.
But some people don't, do they? They're like, that's rubbish. It didn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, that implementation. So I think, looping it back around to how do you get clients fast? Well, let's look at the actions. Let's look at what mindset we're coming from. Are we consciously in get energy? Because again, I think it's okay and it's not okay to be in get energy. It's okay to be in it because it's very normal, it's very human, it's very a normal thing to do. But if you're going to panic react and then potentially make these bad decisions off the back of it, maybe not so good. If you're in it and you're consciously aware of it and you can make or have the ability to make better decisions or ask for help on certain decisions, let's again assume you're with a mentor or somebody, then you're coming at it more logically, you're not emotionally charged behind it. Am I making sense?
Yes, absolutely you are. It is. A rocky place to be, isn't it, in that get energy? And the get energy can drive you to do something about it. It can definitely have that, we kind of thrive off it sometimes and go like, we need to make sure this happens now, because if we don't, we were only talking about consequences of not doing something at lunchtime as well. So I think it's using it as a driver, but not using it to drive bad decisions.
Yeah.
Because they will be, and you'll reflect on it and go like, oh, why did I do that for? Why did I? Or you'll discount things where you wouldn't normally do it, or you'd offer half a program when you'd normally only offer the full program, and then instantly regret that, knowing the person needs the full program. The person's not going to value it if they've got it at half price, and it doesn't serve you because you can't pay your bills if it's half price. So generally speaking, you'll have that remorse about it straight away. I've done it again, myself. So it's having those, it's knowing that the strategies you are adopting to get clients fast are a way of ramping up, but without that compromise.
Yes.
So where do we start then if we need those clients fast? What's the typical thing that dog trainers do when they need to get new clients in? Where do they go to first?
Socials? No? Is that what you're on about?
Yeah.
I'm trying to put myself back into dog training mode.
Yeah. What would you start to do? Who would you try and reach? What tactics would you employ?
Well, again, I think this is where it's really difficult, because I genuinely think a lot of people's brains would jump to maybe paid ads.
Yes.
But then if you haven't got the cash coming in, because let's face it, when we say we want more clients fast, or we need more clients, whatever, we're not actually saying we need more clients. We're saying we need more money. And I think half the battle is accepting that reality.
The more we've done this work in Canine Business Academy, the more that I have realised how hard it is for people to actually accept that is the case. What they really mean by, I need more leads, I need more clients, I'm not getting enough people coming towards me.
Is this how people sound?
Which, yeah. Absolutely. But you have to keep asking questions to get the real answer, don't you? From some people. They're like, oh, because... And they give you really surface answers. Okay, so what does that actually mean then? And they really don't want to tell you. And then they go, it's probably because I need more money. It's okay to say it. It's all right.
We are scared to talk about money.
So scared.
And again, I don't know enough about other cultures. I do wonder how much of a British thing it is.
I think it might be a British related thing, isn't it? I remember when, like, was it you asked me, like, would you like more money in your business? I'm like, yep. Like, you don't have to ask, you don't have to, like, keep getting that information out of me. Of course I would. Yes.
My sister makes me laugh. I've been away with her this weekend. I've spoken about my sister a little bit before and how we're very different. Love her to death, but very different. And she is convinced. I genuinely can't remember the whole context of the conversation, but we were talking about something, and I think I may have mentioned that like we're really wanting to push and grow Canine Business Academy. Like we want it to be really impactful. We want it to be really like our version of success, and it would be amazing to turn that into a £1 million business, because look at how many people we would have been able to help with that level of like turnover and investment coming through. And her comment back was, oh God, all you're bothered about is money. You're so money driven. I'm not. I just want enough money to live and to just do the things that I want to do. I was like, but I feel the same way though, Cal. Like I'd be quite happy just having comfortable money. You know, when you can still put a little bit away for a rainy day and you can pay all your bills, and maybe I've got like childcare sorted for a few months in advance. I'm debt free. All of these things I feel like is relatively air quote normal bracket. It's just that I need more money to be able to pay for all of those things. But she sees me, and the more I learn about money and people and everything else, like I can see the way she talks about it, it's fear. Everything is fearful for her around money, even though everything she says, surface level, is I'm totally confident around money. I've got my full-time job. We're fine. Pay the bills. Da da da. But when you talk about it, you can almost see her like shrivel away and be like, "Oh, I don't like talking about money." So she sees me as a negative thing because I'll openly talk about money, because I just see it as another. I don't know what I see it. I don't see it as a thing. Like I see it as an everyday thing. Like I could talk about that glass of water on the table. If that was a wad of cash, I could talk about that. It's the equivalent to me.
You wonder where that comes from, don't you? And go like, well, if she's worrying about what other people would think of her, if you don't care what people think of you in terms of that, the way you talk about it, because that's always paired with the impact you'll make as well, which is if it was just all about the money and we didn't care what results people got and we didn't care what the impact, whether we were doing a bad thing or a good thing for the industry, well, yeah. But it's part and parcel. Like the more money you make, the better the dog industry is going to get because of the knowledge that's out there. The other thing, obviously, which might be coming into it, is the jealousy around the fact that you can talk about it and she can't.
Maybe.
Could be a bit of that.
It's honestly, it's fascinating when you sit, like if I could step out and just watch these conversations unravel between me and her, but it's a constant theme. Like you always talk about money, but she puts it on that like almost derogatory tone.
It's a flaw of yours, right?
Yes, it is a flaw.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it's perceived. So I wonder if actually other people feel the same way, maybe in the British culture again, which is why we mask it under, well, I just need more clients. Like, how do I get more clients?
Yeah, probably that. We don't like talking about death either in this country.
No.
I used to work in the funeral industry, and there's massive, like some cultures like really celebrate death. And I know this is going off in a tangent, but it's like this British reserved thing. And then it's all cloak and dagger, and we don't really understand what happens when someone dies. And you know, like I worked in a crematorium and we did open days, you know, and people were like,
so weird.
Yeah, but it is weird. But also it takes the stigma away.
Yeah.
It helps people understand what happens when somebody dies, that it's not all weird and, don't know, this weird like perception people have about a spooky crematorium. And it's like, it's quite clinical, it's like hospital-like, it's quite like very good systems in place. Obviously it has to be, so you don't get things mixed up. And like for me, I'm like, you're taking that barrier away and you're opening up the conversation, and there'd be people that would come along and go like, this has been so useful, or so-and-so's dragged me along and I didn't want to come and I was really like not looking forward to it. And I've found that it's been really helpful because I'm not fearing it anymore and I'm more open to planning for it and, you know, helping my family with it. And I know it's like a bit of a strange comparison, but almost that money thing is like, if we talk about it more, put it out there.
Yeah, normalise it.
Like, then it'll be easier for everyone to
well, it will certainly help you. Yeah, it will certainly help you get, I'm not going to say clients faster, but it will help you get clients because lo and behold, you have to talk about money when you are selling your services.
Yeah. And if we're then not afraid to want more money, we'll not be afraid to put our prices up so that it reflects what we should be, positioning our services at. And then again, looking at that ripple effect of the impact we'll make as a dog trainer to those dog owners, I think it's all connected.
Yeah, which makes it really difficult to do a succinct podcast. Unless, of course, everyone listening, you just want like 15-minute to the point. We would struggle with that.
I think we would struggle with that, to be fair. But it's all relevant stuff. So, okay, let's give someone the crux of the thing, right? So we are typically thinking of that dog trainer will go, oh shit, I need some more cash. I'm going to go and put ads on Facebook. I'm going to go and put social media posts out in community groups,
And for clarity, are we saying these social media posts are essentially sales posts?
Yes.
i.e. buy my thing.
Get this thing.
Can you do your thing?
Buy this thing. I've done that for ages. Come and buy this thing. Course starts in 2 weeks' time, like 2 places left, come and get them. Or it's probably more like 8 places left, but we might say this too. That's the typical kind of thought process that I'm thinking here. So what's a way that we can then get someone to think a bit more strategically and be more successful in bringing those clients towards you?
This is the really hard thing, because if you are in that get energy bit, it's such a skill set to be able to detach yourself from that thought and not do everything you've just described and go, okay, how did I get my previous clients, my current clients? Who do I already know that knows me, that likes me, that trusts me, that I could maybe offer an upsell to, or a slightly different offer or package that would be beneficial to that individual? So making your offer more bespoke to somebody. And that's really hard to do, because again, you have to step away from panic mode and really look at it to go, okay, who can I help here? Because realistically, if you then try and attract brand new clients, it's the hardest thing about running a business. That attraction, that lead gen bit, so difficult. The best business model you will ever have is a client retention one. Now, this may be another episode in itself, because client retention, I still think a lot of dog professionals struggle with this thought process, because you almost feel like a failure if you've still got somebody that you're working with, I don't know,
a year down the line.
Yeah. That's your shit.
Yes.
Is a potential perception you may feel somebody would have of you. Like, you should be able to sort that dog in however long, like a month or a handful of sessions, whatever it is. Again, conversation for another day. But I think, where was I going with that? Client retention, that was it. The longer, from a business perspective, the longer you can retain your current clients and look after them and they love you, and as your business grows, and again, we will do another episode on this, we're talking more and more recently about these 4 phases of doing your business on purpose. As your business evolves into the additional phases, that's where the client retention can really come into its own, because you will introduce new products, new services. And because those people love you, they're more likely to buy. They're more likely to want to stay with you. They're more likely to go, oh, you've just put this thing on and I want in just because I love you.
Yeah. And it's almost like the listeners of this podcast. So some of you listening to this podcast that will have been listening since day one, since the 31st of January, 2004. No, 2004. 24. Lost like 20 years there.
It's a very long time.
We've been doing it this long. 31st of Jan 2024. and you are dedicated and you don't miss an episode and you're learning every time, hopefully these things are true, you're learning every time you listen.
There's a lot of assumptions here.
And who knows that you might one day go, oh, wow, that actually sounds like something that I'm interested in. Now, it might not ever be, and that's fine, but it might be that you are at the stage where you go like, actually, I'm going to find out a little bit about them, a bit more about them, and a bit more about how they help people. And it's that nurturing, it's that trust building. Like, I think if you've been listening for that long, you'll know us pretty well by now. And we are no different when people work with us and they comment on that kind of thing all the time. We're no different in real life. There's no kind of holds barred. So it's who you know, it's always going to be easier to sell to those people. It's always going to be a genuine, like, I want to help. Like, who do you know that could benefit from my services? And that who do you know question is so powerful, isn't it? Because if you ask somebody that potentially could need your services, who do you know? Then they might go like, oh, what about me? Awesome. Yes, of course, I can help you as well. What do you need help with?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know where to go with this, Could there's too many little rabbit holes.
There's always loads of rabbit holes.
There is loads of rabbit holes.
We really struggle to stay on a whole entire track, but hopefully this is the premise of that question being answered. How do I get clients fast? Basically, cold clients, cold outreach, cold never heard of me before people are going to be harder to get in, which is the tactic that most dog professionals will employ in that period of panic, up shit creek, need some cash, where actually we're encouraging you to look at who you already have in your world, who already knows you, whether that's professionally or just personally, like friends, families, school run moms, gym buddies. Like, you look at your life, I'm sure there are plenty of little pockets of people that you or your husband or wife or kids or whatever know. And it's a great way to start, because those people are going to go, oh, well, they wouldn't recommend them for no reason. Like, there's got to be something they like about them. Yeah,
it's weird how all of us, and ourselves included in this, and we know this and we teach this, and we would be lying if we didn't say we fuck up and still have those moments where we're like, oh shit, need to get more clients in because we need more cash. It's just normal. But having that awareness to go, oh, look what we did there. We acted like a human, hit pause, take a step back, zoom out, look at the business. What actually needs to happen? And I think this is where, if you haven't got that strategy and you are successfully winging it, like many of us are, I definitely can put myself in that category. I was going to say wanged it.
Wung, I was going to say.
Wang and wung.
I feel like we're
Chinese.
We're the queens of having wung it in the past.
Wung wang. Get your wung wang later. Totally off on a tangent. I can't get wanged it out my head now.
Welly wanking.
My God. So,
how to get clients fast to welly wanging. There's a good
It sounded like you said welly wanking.
Segue. Welly wanking. There's a whole other episode.
Whole other episode there.
Hopefully that doesn't get picked up in
Apologies. Yeah, I successfully winged it for many years.
Just say winged it now.
Winged it. Kind of for many years. And it does work. And I think this is where it's really difficult, isn't it? Because your brain is hearing information like from our podcast, like from the books that you're reading, from all the other stuff, and going, I know I, air quote, should be doing these things, but
I'm safe and it works.
Kind of, yeah.
And I can get, if I work really hard, I can get the bare minimum and it scrapes me by, potentially. Yeah. Like, not all of you might not be in that situation, but there's some of you out there that will go, I hear what you're saying. Oh, it sounds a bit scary. Like, I know it makes sense what you're saying, but I'm just going to keep doing the thing I'm doing because that kind of works.
Yeah. Also, like, I know it's a quiet period and I'm not happy with it and I'm not comfortable with it, but I also have had reinforcement historically that it'll pick back up and I can put it down to a seasonal slump maybe because it's Christmas.
Coming up to Christmas, or it's coming up to a holiday period, or there's a million other excuses.
Million things, yeah.
Basically, budgets just happen, no one's got any money.
Fucking budget. Another episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've all done it. We can all easily reinforce ourselves for things that have worked previously, for things that are currently working. Even if you're working 60 plus hours a week and you're bringing in whatever the amount is, you're happy with it, you're comfortable with it, and you compare it with being comfortable working 60, 70 hours a week, then you're like, okay, fine. You're proving to yourself that it's okay. So there's no real motivation to want to do anything different.
Yep.
And I think this is the challenging bit about, again, like when we're honest with ourselves and going, I need more cash. What I have learned for that to mean for me personally over the years is I need a better strategy to work at consistent income. Because if I'm having these moments of shit, I haven't rinsed and repeated a model enough to know that it consistently works.
Yeah, and this brings us all the way back full circle and going, do that simple thing. Back in the days before the social media, I'm not saying social media can't be part of it now, but I'm saying make sure you're doing the thing that worked at whatever level and it brought you some success. Double down, do it really well.
Maybe people don't know what works.
Maybe they don't. Maybe they have no idea about tracking it and recording it.
Because they've wing wang wonged it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's just literally like, oh, there's a win. I've got no recollection of how that happened or how to do it again. Maybe. Yeah, you might be right.
So we don't know how to double down because we don't really know what's working. We just know.
True.
Because I do hear this a lot actually, and we have conversations about this in our program of if your thought process is you typically get clients from Facebook, for example, how confident are you on that data claim? So how many have you had from Facebook and from what posts?
Yeah. Can you directly link it to a certain post? A lot of the time, I think it's guesswork.
It's like, it's that trust building bit, and it just so happens to be. And again, because we're not collecting the data, and again, I'm assuming here, but because we're not collecting the data, it might be easy enough to say, or rather maybe not easy, but that thought process might be there to say, well, I normally get them from Facebook because maybe that's where potentially you've had the DM, or maybe someone has commented on a post. But how long have they been lurking?
This is the thing, right? So we've recently had a couple of replies to our weekly emails where people have inquired, haven't they, from us? And then when you look at the data, like how long have they been on that mailing list? How much are they in our world? You generally realise they've been there a while. And there's something in that last email that like really resonated, was that all their situation has changed and they're like, shit, I need to do something about this now. Your email's popped up and now's the time I'm going to actually find out a little bit more. So you don't know whether, yes, they've come off the back of the mailing list, but you don't know whether that's just it, really.
Yeah. And just because you've put that sales post out, we assume that's what's brought them in.
But it could just be a culmination?
Culmination?
That word. A culmination of compound effect of over time. And maybe being in the Facebook group, having the book. In this case, this person is in the Facebook group, has the book, receives our emails and has done for about 18 months.
Wow.
A lot of consumption. Oh, and listens to this.
By the way, tracking your data is painful.
It is.
I hate it.
Oh, I hate it, but it helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Helps to figure out what's working, and then you can start doubling down on that when you are in these places of panic.
Yeah. I don't really know if any of this has been helpful.
I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to put my hands in the air and go, yes, it has been.
I don't feel like we've given yet, because maybe we have. What are there two things? Are there three things? Are there things that somebody would have been doing?
What, off the back of this?
Yeah, on how to get your clients then.
Well, the first thing I would say is that hopefully you've taken away that going cold to people is the hardest method of bringing people towards you. So if they're brand new to you, it's always going to be a harder sell. Going to the people that know you and trust you first is always going to be an easier.
Okay, then so off the back of that then, an action point you could all take is be mindful about trying not to get into the position where you're asking yourself, I just need some more clients in now.
Yeah, basically preventative.
Yes. Think about all the things we say as dog professionals. Like, wouldn't it be amazing if owners brought us in ahead of the issue? Never happens though, does it? No. So we all do it. We're all human. So own that bit first. But try and think preventative where you can. And when we're in prevention thought process, this is where you need to consider, what are you doing about lead generations? Like, how often are you showing up? On what platform? Why that platform? What consistency are you doing? Because if you're popping up ad hoc, and by ad hoc I mean maybe you've done 1 week out of the month and then you've done nothing for another 3 weeks, and then you've appeared again and you've just done one post, and then you've disappeared again and then you've done another post, and let's maybe assume all of those posts are potentially a little bit salesy.
That's what we're going to be known for, isn't it? Is trying to sell something really obviously.
Yeah. So you're not nurturing an audience. To me, that doesn't constitute lead generation, just because you're saying, I've got spaces on my class, or I've got so many grooming slots, or I've got so many one-to-ones, or whatever it is. Those don't typically work. So you need to start thinking about a nurturing strategy. And for me, social media is a platform where somebody is almost just sense checking that you're real. Mm-hmm. So are you a real human being? Do you do real human things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do I get to see you, hear you, virtually touch you?
That's all I use mine for. That's all I use my social media for when I had my dog training business. It was not a big part of my lead gen.
No.
I never got inquiries off it, but I never put the work in to get the inquiries. I'd rather do the on the ground stuff locally. And that's what always worked for me.
Yeah.
Back to my roots.
But again, like you knew you wanted a local business.
Yeah. Never wanted an online.
And again, I think this is where the strategies come in from thinking about lead gen. If you want a local business and perhaps you're putting all your efforts into TikTok, you may not get the same kind of local business.
Very unlikely.
Whereas if you're trying to build an online element, kind of makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, and
broader
actually
audience.
With the TikTok example, if you're bringing in people from all over on TikTok, they're like, oh, well, you're based in Redditch. Like, I live nowhere near there. So it's actually a little bit misleading sometimes as well. Like, why are we bothering?
Yeah, and again, depending on what you're trying to achieve with it.
Yeah. But for me, like, that would have been a total waste of my time and yours. Like, why would we have bothered doing that in the dog training?
Yeah, we didn't need to.
TikTok was like, I remember when we got TikTok for this and I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I could go with this. But it's a necessity for
well, the fact we still call it the TikTok as well.
Did I say the TikTok?
Yeah.
Did I? Okay.
I refer to it as the TikTok.
That old? The TikTok.
Triple T. Yeah.
Triple T. Oh my God. Oh,
Triple threat, the TikTok. So lead gen, think about where are your people? How are you going to nurture them? Do I need to explain nurture?
I think we could do another episode on nurturing.
Yeah.
I think there's a whole other load of things to explore with the nurture stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send these people some love, essentially. But yeah, we'll do another episode. So all of this is going to work for you long term. These are not the short term strategies. These are building a pool, a community group, a Facebook group, a school group, a whatever, a community of people that are going to know, like, and trust you. And that is the long play game. That's like the dating equivalent.
I mean, you say that, but potentially starting out as a brand new business, you would automatically probably get people that know you start out with their dogs being trained if you're a dog trainer. Typically, I would say you're going to get friends and family that go, oh, you're a dog trainer. And that kind of starts from the beginning, really.
A little bit, doesn't it?
So yeah, I'd say like friends and family are always going to be the core, and they're always going to be your go-to if you need to find new people. But that's where then it gets wider and wider, and that nurturing process can be can be broadened out a little bit more. And that's where more work has to be done with consistency and showing up and all of that sort of stuff. So
yeah, because I think that there is this hard line between urgency of shit, I need some money in the bank, versus I do need more inquiries because I'm thinking long term. So I'd like a steady flow of inquiries rather than feast and famine. that strategy is you nurturing let's spend time with your prospective audience. Let's get in front of them. Let's be front of mind, all of that kind of stuff. And you can still adopt that strategy for getting clients fast, because you will still get some people that are a certain type of personality profile that'll be like, oh, I've seen that you're now offering dog training. I need one. I've suddenly got an issue. I'm in. So you will get these low-hanging fruits.
Yeah, definitely.
But the mindfulness that's the long play. But then these short term, like, shit, I need some cash in the bank. Always go to, who do you know? Ask them who they know. Look at a bespoke offer you can create for your existing clients.
Yep.
So for us, when we had those famine months, we did Trained for You programs.
Yeah, but again, it wasn't, yes, okay, it was famine months, but it was where are the gaps in the progress?
So all of this still needs to be with integrity.
Yeah, because you could just go, right, who can we rinse the money out of now? Like, who do we know that's going to pay us because they know us? And it's but actually what you need to make sure of is that they need the service that you're going to offer. Yeah. It's going to benefit them. It's going to be something that is going to make their life a better thing. So that's what we did. We were like, actually, why are we looking further afield when we've got these people in front of us here that are struggling with certain aspects of doing the training? All we can do is put something together, present it to them, no pressure from anyone. And I think pretty much all of them took it up and was like, oh my God, yes, of course, you can go and train the dog for me. So it was just being a bit creative, being a bit kind of looking at those people that you'd got to try and offer the best possible service, but also getting some cash in. Like, great, win-win.
Yeah. And I don't know if it is worth reiterating on this, but it isn't. I think sometimes I'm always really mindful, because I've got technically my sister and loads of other people in my head going like, oh, you just a money grabber you are. Like, all you care about is money. It's like, no, because it has to be that win-win. It has to be, I want anybody who walks through our doors, my door, who works with me and exchanges money for something that I'm offering, to have the best possible experience. Like, I want to give my soul over for it.
But like, let's put it bluntly, if they weren't getting if they weren't getting what they expected, you're not going to continue having a good name. Like, you're going to end up being known as the person that just takes money off people and doesn't give back. So it's not in anyone's interests to just take money from people and give them something they don't actually need, because they're never going to be satisfied with that. No. They're never going to recommend you, and you're never going to get great referrals. So
do everything with, put your clients first again, like put your prospective clients first.
Be customer centric.
And actually the money will follow. Because if you are always looking on how you can deliver value and look after people, the money, honestly, and I know that sounds really easy as said.
Leading with love.
But the money does follow, because they go hand in hand.
It does. No, and it genuinely really does. Like, I know this might sound a bit fluffy and a bit like, really? But it does. Because if you are putting that is first and foremost the difference you can make, who you can help, who you can support, who you can enhance their lives, their dogs' lives, then it will definitely follow that money. Yeah.
What could you even put out there for free? Like, could you put a webinar on? Could you do a free workshop so that people come along, and then if people are loving it, you give them the opportunity to buy more of your time? But you're giving value for free. And I think this getting clients fast, going in that low ticket, like, oh, just try and sell spaces to a workshop and just put it on for 20 quid or something. It's going to be harder to do that than it is just to put it on for free.
Yeah.
And then you may get one person off the back of that then goes, oh, actually, I would like some more. And if it's a genuinely valuable, what we would recommend as a high ticket service, then happy days. Win, win, win for everybody.
Yeah, love it.
Cool beans. I realised during this episode that we're very handsy.
Oh, I'm terrible. I literally have to stop myself. I could do with some of those like straps,
like la la la. So if you want to go and watch the handsiness,
maybe you don't.
Maybe you don't. Head over to the U of YouTube. YT.
Yeah. I could see our lovely studio.
I could do like a YMCA type of thing, but I'm going to knock them off.
No, don't do that.
YT.
Come see the foliage. Come see the flamingos. Come see the shelves.
On that note,
It's all there.
bye.